Marseille is not a postcard, it's a crossroads. This is an episode that reads the stones that built it and the sea that shaped it. The old port was the cornerstone of civilizations. Religion was the virtue that connected people. And water was life, shaping cathedrals carved by wind. This is a field expedition into the Mediterranean's most misunderstood capital. Welcome to Marseille. Marseille, France. Founded around 600 BCE by Greek settlers from Phocaea. It is the oldest city in France and one of Europe's earliest trading harbours. The Old Port is the birthplace of Marseille, a natural harbour protected from ancient storms and enemy fleets. Greek ships first anchored here, establishing a democratic trading colony that introduced writing, wine, olives, and urban planning to this region of France. Today, fishing boats and ferries have replaced the ships of the past. Yet the Old Port remains the symbolic heart of Marseille, where commerce, culture, and history first converged. At the harbour's entrance stands the museum dedicated to European and Mediterranean civilizations. Its design blends reinforced concrete lace with open sea views, symbolizing the region's cultural permeability. The museum explores religion, trade, migration, cuisine, empires, and conflict across Mediterranean societies. Linked by footbridge is Fort Saint-Jean, built in the 17th century to protect and also control the city. Together, fort and museum reflect Marseille's dual identity, a fortress of history and a crossroads of cultures. Rising above the Old Port like a Byzantine vessel run aground in stone, the Cathedral La Major is one of the most singular silhouettes on the Mediterranean coast. This monumental 19th century basilica is the ceremonial threshold of Marseille, and the ideal opening of any excursion to Marseille. Its striped limestone and green Florentine marble came from quarries across Provence and Italy. Its scale was not only spiritual, it was geopolitical. When France turned Marseille into its global maritime capital, they built a cathedral that could be seen from the sea, long before ships entered the harbour. Just behind the port, Le Panier, meaning the basket, is the oldest living neighbourhood in France. Phoenicians, Greeks, Italians, Armenians, and Comorians. Every wave of migration is stratified here. In the narrow alleys, you can still smell the Marseille that built the Mediterranean. Workshops of Savon de Marseille still survive, a craft with a 600-year protected recipe of seawater, olive oil, and alkaline ash. Port d'Aix is Marseille's own Arc de Triomphe. It once marked the road towards Rome, but today stands at a cultural crossroad, where Europe and North Africa meet. It's a reminder that Marseille isn't just a French port, but a Mediterranean capital. Opposite the port and on top of a hill stands La Bonne Mère, the Good Mother. Being 149 meters above sea level, Notre Dame de la Garde is the spiritual lighthouse of Marseille. The good mother is the balcony where Marseille becomes a map. It is not only the best view in the city, it is the place where the city makes sense. The island fortress of If sits 2 kilometers off Marseille, guarding the deep-water entrance into the old port. Built in the 1500s, when France found out that whoever controls this channel controls the entire Western Mediterranean. A fortress of just wind, salt, and stone. And then Dumas changed everything with the Count of Monte Cristo. The island already symbolized the one thing people feared more than death, being forgotten. Dumas amplified what was already real, and since then, the island became the global metaphor for injustice, wrongful imprisonment, and the jailbreak that the human spirit sometimes needs to survive. The Calanques are not beaches, they are tectonic cathedrals. This coastline is the exposed fracture of a vanished continent. A limestone plateau ripped apart by seismic pressure, then drowned when the Mediterranean refilled after the Great Messinian Salinity Crisis. What looks like cliffs are actually ancient seafloors standing upright, like pages of a book that geology snapped open. Over tens of millions of years, rainwater dissolved the stone into karst canyons. Then the Mistral wind sculpted the vertical faces like a stone sculptor in slow motion. And finally, the sea arrived, not gently, not romantically, but violently, ramming saltwater until these fjords filled with water so clear, it almost looks like the color has been removed. People think Marseille is defined by its alleys, its graffiti, its football, its port. But here the city's true identity is revealed. Marseille is not just a cultural intersection. It is a geological accident, a place where the earth tore itself open, and then chose to keep the wound visible. The Calanques are not scenery. They are the visible memory of the planet, exposed, vertical, and inescapably real. Palais Longchamp is a palace built for water. In the mid-19th century, Marseille was exploding in population, industry, immigration, and global trade. But the city's water sources were medieval, and cholera outbreaks were killing thousands. Entire districts were drinking from the same contaminated wells. So the city made a decision that was insane for the time. They would capture the Durance River, 85 kilometers away, and carve an aqueduct through mountains, plains, and valleys to deliver clean water directly into the city. It took 15 years of work, hundreds of stonemasons, and some of the most ambitious civil engineering France had ever attempted. When the water finally reached Marseille in 1849, they didn't just open a tap, they built a monument to the achievement, Palais Longchamp. The whole monument is a reminder that civilizations don't become powerful because of armies or borders. They become powerful because they solve the invisible problems of sanitation, water access, and infrastructure. Longchamp is Marseille's victory over nature. Not a war won by soldiers, but a war won by engineers. The Vélodrome is Marseille's modern temple, and one of the most intense things to see in Marseille if you want to feel the city with your entire body. Here, football isn't a pastime, it's civic current. The structure is engineered like a Mediterranean amphitheater. steep, echoing with hard surfaces that trap sound and throw it back at you. And when the team scores, the roar isn't cheering. It's Marseille remembering that since its Greek birth as Marseillia, theatre and competition were already part of its DNA. Marseille cannot be described by one culture, one accent, or one shoreline. It is defined by the collision of all of them. Every stop in this episode is not just a tourist location. It's a different layer of the Mediterranean exposed. This is not just what to see in Marseille. This is why Marseille exists the way it does. A frontier city where continents touch, where histories overlap, where identity is never frozen. And if there is one rule to understand Marseille, don't you ever follow maps. Follow currents of time, of people, and of geography.